My name's Caroline Johnson and I'm a general practitioner in Melbourne, and I also work as a medical educator and a lecturer, a senior lecturer now at the University of Melbourne. I started at Sacré Cœur in 1975 as a grade 5 student and I stayed there right through until what was then HSC, so I finished in 1982, so I consider myself a chick of the 70s because that was the predominant time I was there. And my memories of it are fantastic. I loved my school days. I loved the subject. I loved learning. I just felt it was such a great privilege to be at such a great school. I was academically fairly strong, but I loved all subjects. I had one of the most fantastic teachers I've ever met. Her name was Joan Taylor and she was the maths teacher. In that era, we actually had a system called clubs where in lunchtime once a week, different people would offer activities you could do in your lunchtime, and Joan Taylor set up a maths club. And it's a lovely story because 2 or 3 of my friends turned up at this maths club. We looked in and there was no one else there, and we were thinking, this doesn't look like a club for us. And just her smiling face saying, "Welcome, you've come to my maths club," made us think she loves her subject. And I guess that was the beginning of my love of mathematics, having such a fantastic teacher quite early on in my serious maths education. I entered medical school straight from high school, so I basically finished high school, had the summer break and started at the University of Melbourne. In those days it was a 6-year medical degree, and I went from there, I did my clinical training at St Vincent's Hospital, and so about 3 years out of training I actually transitioned to the general practice training program. And then from there I started working as a GP, and it was fantastic because I could start a family, I could work part-time, so it is one of the professions in science that works very well with part-time work. And from there I got interested in medical education as well, so I became a teacher as well as running my general practice, and that led to my role at the university, and so I was able to go on and do a PhD in my chosen area of interest within medicine, which is in the field of mental health, but specifically in how community-based mental health care is delivered. I've been following with interest Sacré Cœur's development of their facilities over many, many years. If you're given an opportunity to work in a state-of-the-art facility as is being promised through these new buildings, grasp it with both hands. Even if you're not sure whether you'll like it, part of getting an education is experiencing a wide range of subjects, not narrowing yourself too early. I know there's a fashion for people to choose things that they're good at because they know they're going to get the best scores and the best success, but I think a secondary education should be about taking as many opportunities as you can, and if you're being provided with a chance to work in lab facilities that are second to none, give yourself that experience. If you don't like it, you can always reject it later, but you can't get it again if you don't go there when you're given the opportunity. Most good learning happens in a collaborative way, so you need to do it as a team, you need to form strong networks of other people that value you and are prepared to work with you so that you all achieve your best. It's not just about individuals. I love going back to Sacré Cœur whenever I get an opportunity, and I've been lucky enough to be invited back or to go back for various events over many, many years. And you know, there's something about just walking into the building and the smell of the building and walking up those brown stairs that makes me feel young again. It's just lovely to have that connection with a place, and even though I think the people are probably more important than the building, there's no doubt that there's a vibe there in that beautiful old building. And I just hope that with these new buildings, people will create memories in them just the same as the ones that we have from the older part of the Sacré Cœur campus.